Hello, Ms. Siti, and anybody else that may be watching this presentation. My name is Jessica, and I will be presenting about soil-transmitted helminth socialization.
Infeksi SPH. Okay.
That was carried out for my community service project. So, for the table of contents, this report will be comprised of the introduction, which contains the community and service project and team, and also a description about the disease, which is soil-transmitted helminths, and also the methods, which are the procurement of the materials and also the socialization, and then the results, which analyzes the questionnaire answers and also its score, and then the conclusion, which measures the success of socialization and statistical evaluation, and finally, suggestions for future studies. So now let's move on to the introduction. So as biomedicine students, we should play our part in the community to alleviate diseases that have been evidently validated by medical research. And my group and I did just so with soil-transmitted helminths, and we will discuss further in this report. So for the team, we have Michael Jonathan, which mostly instigated data analysis and also the STH presentation for the beneficiaries. And we have Miraclemario, which took the lead in formulating the questionnaire to monitor and analyze results. And finally, myself, which took charge of the socialization technicalities as well as collecting the material that was needed. So the aim of this project is to increase awareness in children, youths, and parents regarding soil-transmitted helminths, and also its diagnosis and methods for prevention, using an offline informational presentation, and also to assess the audience's understanding of soil-transmitted helminths. A questionnaire was carried out before and after the presentation. So the disease that we focused upon was soil-transmitted helminths, and they are parasitic nematode worms that are transmitted to humans through the ingestion of soil-contaminated eggs of the nematode worms, and it causes a disease called helminthiasis. So, what are the symptoms of the disease? It includes physical and cognitive growth retardation, blood and protein loss, abdominal pain, and also diarrhea and rectal prolapse. So, the helminthial worms that were focused upon was Ascaris lumbricoides, which is otherwise known as cacing galang, Trichuris trichuria, otherwise known as cacing cambuk, and also Ancylostoma duodenal, otherwise known as cacing tambang. So, why did we carry out this project at all? The importance of disease management of soil-transmitted helminthiasis is that its infection is an element of neglected tropical diseases that is often overlooked. Infection from these contagions with these helminths are most common in low and middle income countries where sanitation and hygiene are lacking. STH are very prevalent amongst children in schools because they frequently play outside with their friends, and if they do not practice good hygiene, they may accidentally ingest soil tainted with STH eggs. And additionally, unhygienic living facilities, ineffective sanitation systems, and also a lack of clean water are only a few of the factors that can lead to the transmission of STH eggs from one individual to another. Malnutrition may also occur as a result of STH infection, and they may harm a child by causing stunted development. And as a result, it is critical to educate both parents and their children to prevent deterioration of their health. So, how did our team attempt to solve this problem? First, we gathered children from all around Jakarta, including Muara Baru, Kemandoran, Lebak Bulus, Ciputat, Taman Pasir, Bulu Ayam, and Semanan. And so the target beneficiaries are children and youths. And the socialization was focused on improving hygiene among children, such as washing hands after defecating.
Saya habis main kelereng. Lah, kamu habis main kelereng udah cuci tangan belum? Kata Riri, iya belum. Ah, nggak apa-apa. Aku kan masih kecil.
And also using proper toilets, washing fruits and vegetables properly.
Aku nggak mau cacingan, gimana caranya ya kak ya?
Nah, caranya gampang. Yang tadi kalau habis main tanah kita harus ngapain?
Siapa yang sini suka makan sayur?
Sayur makan buah.
Pintar semua. Sayur dan buah yang berasal dari tanah bisa aja banyak telur cacingnya. Jangan lupa cuci ya.
finally, routinely consuming deworming drugs.
Minum obat cacing kali. Minum apa? Minum obat cacing.
So, to raise awareness regarding helminthiasis, our team presented a PowerPoint consisting of important related information on helminthiasis, such as its physical characteristics.
Harus pakai mikroskop. Pakai apa?
Mikroskop.
Coba sama-sama. Mikroskop. Nah, ini juga ada beberapa cacingnya. Nih, ada namanya cacing gelang, ada cacing cambuk, dan juga ada cacing tambang.
Its signs and symptoms.
Gejalanya tadi apa? Pantatnya
Diagnosis and also treatment and prevention of helminthiasis. And finally, to analyze the results, a questionnaire was given to the children and youths, and they were given time to answer both before and after the presentation.
Oke, sekarang kakak akan kasih waktu kalian jawab pertanyaannya sesuai yang menurut kalian benar dari apa yang tadi kakaknya udah jawab.
And their improvement as seen from their scores are evaluated. Those with symptoms of helminthiasis were then given parental pamoate tablets, otherwise known as combantrin. To evaluate our results, an application called JASP was utilized to make use of their paired sample t-test function. And for our null hypothesis, it is that the socialization will not affect the knowledge of the children about soil-transmitted helminthiasis in the form of no increased ability in answering the questionnaire after the socialization was given. And for the alternate hypothesis, the socialization will improve the knowledge of the children about soil-transmitted helminthiasis in the form of a better score in answering the questionnaire. So here are our results. From all of the scores of the children of all of the locations that we went to, of a total of 212 children, the p-value was less than 0.001, and also their initial score before the presentation was averaged to 3, and the score after the presentation can be averaged to 7. And so for the conclusion, there is a less than 0.05 p-value for all individual locations, as well as aggregate results. And so the null hypothesis can be rejected, and the alternate hypothesis is accepted. Therefore, a successful socialization has been achieved. Suggestions for future studies is that for the sample size, we could have involved more subjects to socialize and scoring for a more accurate analysis. And also, because of the literacy of some of the children not being able to read or write or effectively understand the questions, we could have employed methods of checking subject literacy to reduce careless answers and misunderstanding. And also, for more tangible results, we could have determined helminthiasis prevalence in the places that have already been informed by checking their feces for helminth eggs. Thank you. Here are the references.